I used to wake up in a fog, overwhelmed before my feet even touched the ground. My mind was flooded with worries, not just about big events, but about everything. Simple tasks felt like monumental challenges. I had constant nervous energy, the feeling that something was about to go wrong, even when nothing had. My body wasn't helping either. There were moments of tightness in my chest, shallow breathing, and an overwhelming sense of dread that would hit for no reason. I didn't understand it at first. Was I just stressed? Was I exhausted? Or was it something more? And that's when I realized I was living in a constant state of anxiety, and it was taking over my life. I remember one particular day when the weight of it all finally broke through. I was sitting in my living room, just staring at the wall. The constant cycle of panic, dread, and exhaustion had worn me down to the point where I didn't even recognize myself. I was tired of surviving, tired of pretending everything was okay while feeling like I was barely holding it together. I felt disconnected, and I wasn't living. I was merely existing. I want to feel better. So, I sat in silence, and for the first time, I allowed myself to admit, this isn't how I want to live. I didn't know the full path yet, but I knew I needed to change. I wanted to try something that felt real, something I could do every day, for myself, without depending on anyone else to save me. I was done relying on quick fixes and outside solutions. That's when I decided to take my healing into my own hands. I didn't have all the answers, but I started with small steps that felt manageable. The key was consistency, not perfection. 1. Grounding my mind and body. I started with grounding exercises. The 5-4-3-2-1 technique was simple but powerful. When anxiety would surge, I would stop and notice. 5 things I could see, 4 things I could touch, 3 things I could hear. Grounding helped me reconnect with the world around me and reminded me that I was safe in this moment. 2 things I could smell, 1 thing I could taste. This helped me focus on the present and pull myself out of the flood of racing thoughts. 2. Breathing, a powerful tool for control. I realized I didn't need to fight the anxiety. I could simply breathe through it. Breathing exercises, like box breathing, became a lifeline. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold again for 4. At first, it felt awkward, like I wasn't getting enough air, but with practice, it became a calming routine. Every time panic hit. 3. Journaling for clarity and release. Journaling was another powerful tool. Each day, I would write down what I was feeling, what triggered me, and what I was grateful for. This helped me clarify my thoughts and identify patterns in my anxiety. But it also allowed me to release emotions I had been holding in. It gave me energy and a break from the anxiety that gripped me. Journaling wasn't just a therapeutic tool. It was a way of taking back control. For gentle movement was a game changer for me. At first, I didn't have the energy for intense workouts, so I started with daily walks. I didn't push myself. I simply stepped outside for 10 to 15 minutes and walked at my own pace. This was my time to be outside, breathe in the fresh air, and feel the movement in my body. 5. Limiting overstimulation. I started by limiting overstimulation. No screens first thing in the morning. No checking social media or emails. I created space for quiet before the chaos. I also reduced my caffeine intake, as I realized it only amplified my anxiety. This gave me a chance to start the day with a sense of calm and control. 6. Creating a healing routine. Building a morning routine and a calming evening routine became essential. Instead, I would breathe deeply and slowly. In the morning, I'd start with breathing, a bit of stretching, and a moment of gratitude. It was my way of resetting, of reminding myself that I had control, even when anxiety tried to tell me I didn't. At night, I made it a rule to wind down with soothing activities, like reading or journaling, avoiding screens before bed. These routines helped signal to my body and mind that it was time to rest and recharge. The most powerful shifts came from the simplest tools. The daily commitment to these practices made all the difference. 1. Breathing through panic. When I felt panic building, I didn't try to ignore it or push it away. Box breathing became my go-to tool for managing those intense moments. 2. Journaling to clear my mind. Journaling didn't just help me release stress, it helped me make sense of my emotions. By reflecting on my day, I could identify my triggers and thought patterns. It allowed me to see where I was stuck and how I could approach things differently. Writing was my personal way of organizing my thoughts and getting out of my head. 3. A safe space at home. Creating a safe space at home was another essential part of my recovery. I cleared clutter, added calming elements like plants and soft lighting, and created a designated space where I could retreat when I needed to reset. This safe space became a physical reminder that I was in control and that peace was possible. 4. Talking to myself like a friend. One of the most profound changes was how I spoke to myself. I replaced negative self-talk with supportive, compassionate words. I am okay. I can do this. I am safe. These affirmations helped me build a relationship of kindness and understanding with myself, which helped me manage my anxiety in a healthier way. Today, my life looks different. Anxiety is still part of my story, but it no longer defines me. I don't have to give in to the panic, but what's changed is how I respond to it. There are days when I still feel anxious, when my mind races, or I feel that tightness in my chest. The tools I built day by day now guide me through. I've learned that anxiety doesn't have to control me. I still feel the discomfort, but now I know how to manage it. Healing takes time, and it doesn't always happen in a straight line. It wasn't about eliminating anxiety completely. It was about learning how to live with it in a way that didn't consume me. You will find peace, even if it's just for a moment at first. Those moments will grow, and if you're watching this, struggling with your own anxiety, I want to tell you that you are not alone. You don't need to have it all figured out today, and you are doing the best you can. Some days will feel better than others, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep going, but every single step you take matters. Start with one small habit and let it build from there. It doesn't have to be perfect, just consistent. You're not late in your healing journey. You're exactly where you need to be, but it's real. Take it one step at a time and know that the little things add up. One breath, one step, one day at a time. You are stronger than you think, and you are worth the effort. If you're in the midst of it right now, feeling overwhelmed, trapped in the cycle of anxiety, unsure if you can make it through, I want to remind you of something. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are simply human, navigating a difficult moment in time. Healing is a journey, and that journey is not always linear. Some days will feel lighter, and some will feel heavier. Even on the days when it feels like you're not making progress, you are. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to be kind to yourself. Remember, Healing doesn't happen overnight. It's slow, it's messy, and sometimes it's frustrating. You are not alone in this, and I'm here to share this journey with you. And no matter where you are in this process, you are moving forward. You will get through this. You are worthy of peace. You are worthy of healing. And you are not alone. If this video resonated with you, please consider liking it. Your like might be exactly what someone else needs to feel less alone in their own journey. If you know someone who could benefit from hearing this story, someone who is struggling with anxiety or looking for a way to manage it without relying on medication, please share it with them. A simple act of kindness could give them the encouragement they need to take the next step toward healing. If you'd like to hear more stories like this, with tips and real-life experiences about managing anxiety and building a peaceful life, please subscribe to the channel. The next video could be the one that helps you find your next step in your healing journey. Remember, healing isn't about perfection. It's about showing up for yourself every day and finding your way at your own pace. Thank you for being here. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.